What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another Friday Night Smackdown review. Got the shirt, got the title. Let's get into it. With little, I don't think they even recapped last week, but they hyped up Roman Reigns' return, and that's how we kicked off. I was about to say Monday, Friday Night Smackdown with Roman Reigns, and I think they said this was his first appearance on SmackDown since Crown Jewel, which is crazy to believe. I thought he was on SmackDown after Crown Jewel, but then I realized he wasn't. But he came out and basically did his whole acknowledgement and said that this was a day of celebration because he was given a promotion. He promoted Solo Sikoa, much to the chagrin of Jimmy Uso, who thought he was about to get the promotion, but he promoted Solo Sikoa to his heir to the tribal chief. That something would happen to him, he would be the one to lead the family and be the next tribal chief. But before he could finish this celebration and anointment, Randy Orton came out and basically challenged Roman Reigns to a match. He said he don't care how many of his family members he had to go through, that it starts tonight and it will end at the Royal Rumble because that's where he wants to face Roman Reigns. But Roman said that even though the crowd chanted for it, that which make it seem like Randy Orton deserved it, he told Randy he didn't deserve it. That he's been out 18 months. Cause I forgot Randy Orton also told Roman that he'd been out for 18 months, and in those 18 months, all he could think about was Roman. But Roman said, "You've been gone for 18 months, and I haven't thought about you at all. And that since you've been gone for 18 months, you had done nothing to earn a championship match. And that he said he getting sick of people wanting to hang with the tribal chief, thinking they could hang and have a match with him, but he's levels above this." He told Randy Orton that it's not 2007 anymore, that he's level above him and everybody else in the back, and that he needed to take he needed to listen to the voices, get out of his ring, listen to the voices in his head, get out of his ring, and take his butt to the back of the line. But Randy Orton said that Randy Orton admitted that you have changed. You're not only a historical champion, you are a legend. And he reminded Roman that he's a legend killer, and continued his pursuit and challenging Roman at the Royal Rumble. We would then get the first match, or the next two matches will be the next round matches. Carmelo Hayes will be the NXT talent, and that's what we got in this first match. They gave a good video package for Carmelo Hayes. But the first match tonight would be Carmelo Hayes versus Grayson Waller in the first of the last two first round tournament matches to be the number one contender for the United States Championship, which was a good main roster showing for Carmelo Hayes. I think this is like his second main roster showing. Like the first one was on Raw, but not this time it's on SmackDown, I think. Because I'm pretty sure he only had he had a match on Raw, and now this is his SmackDown debut, having a match on SmackDown. And what I figured what they was going to do with Carmelo is slowly integrate him into the main roster. I figured that's where they go. Carmelo, the next call-ups would be Carmelo and Braun Breaker and so forth. But this was a good match. It was a good showing. I love that spot with Grayson Waller from the move that he did, where even the announcers said they didn't know what that move was. That was a nice move. But in the end, Carmelo Hayes would get the victory over Grayson Waller, advancing to the semifinals. And not to slow things down, we jumped right into the second match. No promo, no anything. We jumped right into the second match, and we will get Kevin Owens and Austin Theory in the last of the first round matches. And this was also a good match, and I like the story behind the fact that Kevin Owens got to wear a cast now, and that's going to be a huge target. And I like how they played it in the match too, where Kevin Owens knows that it was going to be a huge target, so he purposely tried to keep his hand away from Austin Theory, because that was the first thing Austin Theory would go for. But once the match got down to it, they went, they had a good back and forth. kickouts, good moves. This match honestly was a little bit better. Like I actually liked the Carmelo versus Grayson Waller match, but this match felt like just a little bit better than that match. Austin Theory would finally get his opportunity and start targeting Kevin Owens' hand, stomping it on the steel steps like he did before, banging it against stuff, kicking it. But but Kevin Owens would end up winning against Austin Theory, not with a stunner or a pop-up powerbomb, but with a right, or is it on his right hand or left hand? Can't remember, but he basically hit him with the cast and knocked Austin Theory completely out for the victory. KO would do like a backstage interview about how he was asked, how do you prepare for a first time match like going up against Carmelo Hayes, because that's who he'll be going up against next week. And he said he made parallels to how he just came onto the main roster and got up in John Cena's face and stuff like that. And but he was confronted in the middle of his speech by Carmelo Hayes, who tells him that he got all the respect in the world for him, but you're not going to be knocking him out. You're not going to little bro me either. We did get a backstage promo from Roman Reigns where he basically he didn't like the way Randy talked to him and acted out there, and he wanted Jimmy to silence Randy. And Jimmy suggested that this might be a job for the tribal heir, at showing his jealousy that he got passed over for Solo. But he said that this is a moment of celebration, that if Jimmy go out there and handle business, he could also be this is a moment of celebration and promotion, that he handled business. He could also get promoted too, which got him back onto the hook. But then what I like about it is in a later promo, Jimmy is shown talking with Solo, and he basically had concerns that this might be a setup, and that if it was a setup, Solo would tell Jimmy, given that they brothers and everything, and Jimmy just respond, "I'm your brother," was basically implying that he'll never let nothing happen to him. But then he subtly implied, going like this with his thumb and stuff, that maybe he'd be the one to do something to him. So Damage Control got a good promo back from showing their dominance, mocking the fact that they injured Charlotte Flair, who, by the way, is going to be out to basically 8 to 9 months with I think it's like a leg to knee injury, but she will be out for 8 to 9 months. So they're going to Charlotte. She's not going to be in the Women's Royal Rumble, but yeah, she's definitely out with a legit injury. But then he did the off of the Damage Control promo. We get the next match, which is the returning tag team of the Kabuki Warriors, which actually adds another legit tag team to the women's tag team division, given the fact that the only real legit tag team. And you can let me know in the comments if you think differently. But I think that the only legit tag team in WWE when it comes to the women's is Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. But they had a fun little match against a put together team, Mi Chen or Mia Yim and Zelina Vega, which was like I said, was our next match. And it was a pretty okay match. I want to say a pretty good match. It was a pretty okay match. This was more so to show the dominance of the Kabuki Warriors. But Zelina and Mia Yim held their own, but would get beat by the Kabuki Warriors with the help from Damage Control. I kind of, sort of, like, it's just me personally. I want to see Mia Yim and Zelina get elevated. I don't want to see them be jobbers, because I feel like they could be so much there. Like Zelina has so much promise leading up to that backlash, only for them to forget about it and make it seem like it was just like, because it was going to be backlash in Puerto Rico, that was the only reason why they cared to elevate her, and then they just left her in the mid card scene. Like, I don't want that for wrestlers, so I feel like, Zelina personally, along with Mia Yim, at least I wish that they had like a mid card title, so that they could be elevated in ways without having to elevate them to being just a number one contender, a good number one contender for the belts. But on SmackDown, that's kind of like the problem with SmackDown. There's not that many people who could be number one contenders, with Jade Cargill still in the wings, and you do got talent on SmackDown, but you need to elevate them, son. But I'm going on the rant. Like I said, the Kabuki Warriors got the victory here, and then we get our main event. I also like to point out too, there was promos backstage where Randy Orton and L.A. Knight, had a promo where basically L.A. Knight, they try to, once again, Randy Orton tell L.A. Knight he didn't need him or need his help, and that they're cool. They teamed up. They got a tag team winner with the Bloodline. They cool. He said, let's keep it that way about you staying out of my way. But he tried to remind him that he's going to need backup for the numbers game, which come into play here in the main event, which is a good main event with Jimmy Uso. Even though I already knew Randy Orton was going to win, it was more so about the story around Randy Orton's eventual victory. Would Jimmy be able to beat Randy Orton and get that promotion and get that thumbs up from Roman, or would he fail once again? Or we all know he failed once again. But it was a good match nonetheless. But Solo did come out for the distraction to try to get Jimmy some help, but he would get quickly dealt with by LA Knight, who basically pointed to Randy and telling him, "T, I told you." And Randy Orton conceded, like, "Yeah, okay, I see what you meant." And but he would get taken out by Roman Reigns, and that distraction almost cost Randy Orton the match, but he would end up RKOing Jimmy to get the victory. But then afterwards, he taunted Roman to come into the ring, and Roman and him would come to blows, but Jimmy would get back up to help. But LA Knight would come back in to help Roman, but then Solo would jump in to help Roman. Thus, they got to jump on both LA Knight and LA Knight and Randy Orton, and then a returning AJ Styles came out of nowhere to even the odds. I forgot that he was taken out by Solo. So now the three of them deals with the Bloodline, sending them reeling. AJ would hit the phenomenal forearm on Roman Reigns, and basically to stand tall to end the show. But AJ Styles would then out of nowhere clothesline LA Knight and just walk right past the Bloodline. Then to end the show with Randy Orton and LA Knight, who got back up on his feet, looking in disapproval of what AJ Styles has done, and everybody in confusion. I also wanted to say, because I just remembered that, I forgot, Karrion Kross had a decent promo too, trying to hype him up. And he said everything he did since he came back is now going according to plan, and now it's coming full circle, which means I'm guessing he's going to eventually, he's saying he's about to go after Roman too. I don't know. But this SmackDown was a very mild SmackDown. Nothing too noteworthy happened. Pretty much the best things on here was the setup for Roman versus Randy at the Royal Rumble. Pretty much what this episode was. Pretty much what they did while they had Roman there. Nice AJ Styles turn. Some okay matches. Kind of would have loved more, but it felt like it wasn't that really many matches, because it really wasn't. There was more promos than matches, but I don't know. I'm gonna give this. I won't even give this. Yeah, I'm not giving this a 7. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10, big ups, because this was okay. Like I said, it was okay. Do you need to watch it? Yeah, if you want to see the setup with Roman and the setup with Roman and Randy Orton, the Kabuki Warriors along with Damage Control getting elevated. But other than that, it really was I mean, the tournaments was cool, but it wasn't. It felt a little bit better last week than it did this week, but. Who? That's just my opinion. You let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And if you enjoy my reaction to this, you know what to do. Bam! Or, yeah, there you go. Bam! You hit this button right there for all of my my WWE reviews. And you enjoy the channel so much, you want to support the channel, you know what to do, guys. Hit those buttons because we are growing slowly but surely. Because we got another new member. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome. And as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But not going anywhere because I got reactions coming your way. Peace. And eventually, coming real soon, with Tekken, some gameplay. The kickoff, finally, the return of gameplays on this channel. Peace.